Now, students, we're going to understand the purpose of the present perfect progressive. The present perfect progressive is like the brother of the present perfect. So, in this case, we are not going to use the verbs in past participle, but we use one verb in past participle, not all of them, only one. Let me give you the structure of the present perfect. The present perfect starts with the subject, then with the auxiliary, which is have and has. Then we are going to use one verb in past participle, which is been. And finally, the verb plus the ing. Here we have the structure. Subject, auxiliary have or has, the verb to be in past participle, and the verb with ing. Now, we use the present perfect. The rule is that we use the present perfect to express an action that recently Now, look at the purpose of the present perfect. It's something similar like the present perfect. That is the reason that I told you that it's like the brother. We use the present perfect progressive to express an action that recently stopped or an action that is still going on or continues. Now we're going to learn the rules of the present perfect progressive. Rule number 1. We use the present perfect progressive to put emphasis on the duration or now, in the present perfect, I put that it puts emphasis in the result, but in this case it doesn't. Now let me give you an example. She has been waiting for 2 hours. So, here we have subject, the auxiliary verb, has or have, been, and the action with the ing. So, this is rule number 1. Rule number 2 is an action that recently stopped or is still going. Now, look at the example. I have been living here since 2001. It means that the person came here many years ago, which is in past. But the action is not finished actually, because the person is still living here. So the action starts in the past and continues into the present and into the future. Number 3. The rule number 3 says, finish action that influence the present. Here we have the example. I have been working all afternoon. So it means that also the action started in the past, but this action is finished, but also affects the present. Why? Because if I work the afternoon, that means that probably I work in the morning. And now it means that if I finish, it's at night. So it means that affect my present. So these are the 3 rules of present perfect progressive. And please remember the structure. Many students, they have problems to differentiate the structures. They get confused. They get confused with the present perfect and the present perfect progressive. Remember that the difference is this and this. In present perfect, there is no auxiliary being and also the verb with ing. We never use the ing in present perfect. Okay? And in present perfect progressive, we use being, but we don't use another verb in past participle. So, bottom line, remember the rules, students. Emphasis on the duration, an action that recently stopped or continues, an action that started in the past and continues in the present, and finally, a finished action that influences the present. Now you have the rules, please study this at home. Thank you.